psychologist, as we call it, the industrial and organized psychologist is supposed to have all this assessment, as I spoke earlier on. So you could see, well, like many large organizations have organizational psychologists on staff to deal with psychological issues in the workplace. These professionals use psychology and worker research strategies to assess the workplace environment, identifying areas in the need of improvement, developing strategies to address those issues. They also study the company culture and the job requirement to help develop better hiring and training processes. So some of the the IOs in the organization, they have what is called a stress management in the workplace, as I spoke earlier on, harassment in the workplace, health and safety in the workplace, then social groups in the workplace. Then we have the etc. So in most organizations or in every organizations, once you are called a manager, you should try as much as possible to have a background in psychology. It doesn't mean that you need to study a full program in psychology for you to become a manager. But at least you should have a background, because as a manager, all these strategies lies on you. Not only as a manager, we have the human resource manager, so we have the human resources. All those official works, they have to make sure all these things are being put in place. So if you don't have the background in psychology, or if you don't know anything about psychology, how are you going to deal with harassment in the workplace? Are you only going to apply the book theory? Because in psychology, throughout the program, at times we go for internship. You meet people with such situation. You go to companies. You need to study. Some people can dress, put on coat and tie and suit, shoe, come to work, but trust me, within the person is not sounding accurately. So all those assessments needs to be done. So this is what IOs, industrial and organizational psychologists, with us in the workplace. Now, moving forward, we have what you call the how to deal with a toxic environment. A toxic environment. Sorry, this thing is moving. Sorry. Yeah. Toxic environment. So a toxic work environment is one where employees find it difficult to work or progress in their career due to the negative atmosphere created by co-workers, supervisors, or the company culture itself. Guidelines like those were so strict, they created unhealthy working environment where at times we have the sexism and then the discrimination are common. So I'll use Ghana for instance. In Ghana here like this, we have so many companies that their culture makes it very uncomfortable for some people to work there. The culture is, I'm attending this church. In my church, we don't work on Fridays. So you're supposed to come to work Mondays to Thursdays. Then at the end of the month, the boss will deduct the Fridays that you didn't work from your salary and pays you. Or I don't work on Fridays and Saturdays. So Sunday, you need to come to work. Please, are we following?
Yes.
So in some companies in Ghana, this is what do happens. Some too have the base of discrimination. That is when it comes to ethnicity. In Ghana here, some companies, the moment he meets you, oh, we are from where? I'm from Ghana. Okay, we're Ghanaian, which tribe? Okay, we have a lot of tribes in Ghana anyway. I'm an Ewe. Okay, you're an Ewe. Oh, okay, meet I'm an Ewe. Then they'll form a small group. Discrimination that comes in. If you're not careful and the CEO or the manager or your MD or your HR is an Ewe, then if you're not an Ewe or if you don't belong to that ethnic group, you are going to face discrimination. So all these aspects talks about a toxic work environment. Now, we move on by saying a toxic work environment can increase level of stress and anxiety, in addition putting one at risk to experience health-related consequences. This one, there's no two ways about that. Because every day you go to work, then you are worried. Your boss treats you, shouts on you, nagging. Anybody just approach you anyhow. You go home, you begin to think about it. Because when we talk about psychology, it deals with the mind and the soul. It is the brain. So everything that affects you at the workplace, automatically the brain picks it up. And when the brain picks it up, it gives it to the heart. And when the heart receives it, now the heart has turned itself into distributor. Then to begin to distribute everything around. So you don't look fine for your facial expression. You'll feel the people will see there's something wrong with this person. So in such working a toxic work environment, we don't really associate ourselves into. Now, what are some of the common signs in toxic work environment? We have sexual harassment, lack of input from employees, unrealistic expectations, individualistic culture, lack of promotion, invading of privacy. Then we have micromanagement mentality and lack of acknowledgement and appreciation. Somebody can work in a company for 15, 20 years, no promotion. He is what he is. Not that the person doesn't upgrade him or herself to work at the company, but the person upgrade. But the company said, I'm not promoting you. And you meet somebody, please, how many years? I remember one company when I went for an assessment, Guinness, their branch in, Guinness, one of their branch, their wholesales, their retail sales, sorry. The person looked so tired, so I tried to interact with the person. Was like, I've been with these people for 15 to 18 years now. And I said, oh, okay. So what's up? So I'm still here as a career. So I asked him, so what's your qualification? To my surprise, the person did a distance program holding second degree in human resource management. And somebody holding human resource management, second degree master's, is carrying, it is so funny. So I approached the MD, we're talking, I was okay, so let me know your staff strength, because most of the times we base on it to do workshop for them. I was like, okay, so this person is having second degree, and you say he's a career. What's happening? And look at this person holding an SHS, holding a position as an IT. It was a whole lot. So mostly people don't feel comfortable in such situations. Now, going to the look of some of the common signs, we have a lot of harassment, but I placed much emphasis on sexual harassment because that's what is mostly happening. And we experience all this thing from our supervisors, customers, co-workers, managers. It's common everywhere. And what do we mean by harassment? We have probably making an inappropriate jokes. Like how? Without the person concerned to be like, excuse me, to say, wow, Fiat, you look beautiful. I like your lips. Hey, this your lips. This hot afternoon. It's an inappropriate joke because you don't have such kind of jokes with the person and you're trying to make it real. The person will not feel comfortable. But we have a case whereby you have that kind of jokes with the person, which is normal. That one is not harassment because that jokes is there. Talking and inappropriate touching. You will see some pictures. Please, can you see the pictures?
Yes, we can see the pictures.
Good. So the first on the left, where the cursor is, you can see the boss is sitting down. Most of the time when we talk about sexual harassment, we focus our attention on male harassing female. But harassment doesn't go one gender. It is both genders. Female too can harass male. We watch movies and we see this. So you can see the boss is sitting at his computer trying to do something on his laptop. And Madame too just at the back trying to, I don't know whether she's trying to massage him, seduce him or what. So this is a clear example of sexual harassment. Now moving to the right, we could see another lady sitting and a gentleman standing at his back. This place, standing at his back. You could see the facial expression of the lady. She's not feeling comfortable. If you come to teach me something, teach me and go. Why do you touch that place? Before I realize it will be sent down, then what is not supposed to happen will happen. Now, when we come to, why is this thing behaving? Thank you. Now, when we come to the last picture on the down, you could see the same thing happening. And this time, the lady is pulling the boss tie. She has just sat on the table, pulling the tie, trying to seduce him. So these forms are all forms of sexual harassment. It's not necessarily having a sexual intercourse with the person, but inappropriate touching, inappropriate jokes. You can all lead to that. Please, if you are in such company, such harassment must not be tolerated. Most of the time, people will be like, so when it happens, what should I do? You need to report to the appropriate courts or the appropriate authorities. And what if the authorities themselves are putting you into that kind of pain of experiencing those sexual harassment from them? You shouldn't downplay it. You need to let them know this is my principle and I stand by it and I should focus on it. And when you say no, it is no. Now we have lack of input from employees. Lack of input from employees. Fine, you can go for a meeting, you make an input. An employer will pretend as if he is writing or she's writing. Your boss will just be like, oh yes, I'm making a point. But at the end of the meeting, such input will never be implemented. On most cases, you just get there, the boss will be like, so who have something to say? You raise up and say, oh, you sit down, you don't have any sensible thing to say. Sit down. We are not listening to you. You always criticize us. We are not listening to you. It should let you know you are in a toxic work environment. Bosses or employers who doesn't solicit feedback from employees to know how to run a company. You know, in most companies or in most institutions, it is the employee who holds the work. In Ghana, I mostly call them the grassroots. Those grassroots, they have the information. Any information that will come out, the employees have the first-hand information. So please, if you're an employer here, never joke with your employee, because the same employee can give you a high productivity in your work, or they can bring your institution down because they have information. And don't forget, there are many. They have friends outside your institution, linked somewhere. So if your production or what you produce or your goods or your products and services are not to their satisfaction, and you don't listen to the feedback from your employees because they are with the people there. They are with the people there. Trust me, your institution will never grow. So lack of input from employees, at the conclusion, this can lead to stagnation, decreased morale among staff members, having a high turnover rate, constant absenteeism, poor morale on the job can be indicated that the needs of employees are not being met. Because if you call for a meeting and you don't want my input, I have no business with you there. I'm not going to come there. Even if I come, I'm not going to talk because my input is not needed. You are becoming an autocratic employer. What you say is final. When we make an input, you don't implement it. You don't even set up a committee to look into this input. So what do you think we can do to promote this, our product? What do you think we can do to better our services? This is what employee A is saying. This is what employee B is saying. This is what employee C is saying. Let's bring it on board. Let's go back to the blackboard or the white marker board. Let's draw the structure again. Let's keep it moving. If you're a boss and you are that, you are moving. But if you're a boss and you're opposite that, you don't seek feedback from employees, I'm afraid always employees will come, they will go, they will not have the morale to come to work. Nothing. Absenteeism will be very common to them because they feel like they are not needed in your decision making. Now we have unrealistic expectations. Every company have their responsibilities and expectations. However, if you are constantly being held to a metric that is unrealistically, or if you aren't given adequate time to meet certain deadlines, you may be in a toxic work environment. Unrealistic expectation. I've given you assignment. Oh, okay. Araba, please, can you work on this thing for me? Okay, say, please, I can do it. Thank you. And the boss will not tell Araba the time that she will be coming for it. And within 5 minutes, you will come. Hey, Araba, please, I'm coming for my work that I gave it to you. Oops. Then Araba will be like, please, I've not started. Please do it for me. I will need it. Then the boss will go again. Then short time, the boss will come. Araba, please, I'm coming for the work. But for all you know, the work given to Araba is not something small that can be worked within the shortest possible time. So when a boss gives you a work without giving you a time or a deadline or when to expect it, and it's not one, it's not two, it's not three, but it's a continuous attitude of an employer, then please, you should know where you are. Where you are is an toxic working environment, which means they can give you work at any time and expect you to do it. And for Christ's sake, we are humans, we are not machines that we can work quickly. So it takes time, especially typing of letters, sending memos, queries, promotion letters, seeking for advertisement, seeking for partners. The English must be the step in the right direction. Everything must be super. So when a person receives it and he or she is reading, he could see that, yes, this is from this company. And even the content of their letter is even super. So we are ready to partner with them. Please, are we making a headway? Please, are we making a headway?
Yeah, we are following.
Thank you. At times, I need the feedback to see we are making a headway. Then the next point we have is individualistic culture. Individualistic culture. I think in the opening, I earlier made mention of some company cultures makes it a way to be in a toxic working environment. So in a workplace with an individualistic culture, it can feel like everyone is for themselves. In Ghana, I don't know whether in Morocco you have such language. In Ghana, we'll be like, each one for himself, God for us all. So when I come to work, when I'm doing my thing, I do my thing. You don't care to know what I'm doing. There's no teamwork. The boss will be like, okay, please, today we are supposed to close by 2:00. So we should try and speed up our work that we does. Okay, thank you, boss. We all go. The end of the day, somebody is slow. We all want to close at 2:00. And if the person is not done, we are still staying in. So what should we do? We can offer a support to the person so that we can speed up. But be like me, I've done my own finish. I'm not going to help him. I'm not going to help him. This person is always slow. No. Employees shouldn't live in that way. It should be teamwork. Remember, together we stand, divided we fall. It should be teamwork. Now, just this AFCON that ended. I know your country scored my country 1-0. Yes, and that is congratulations to your country. I was proud. The reason why I was proud is you could see the ball that Ghana we were playing. There was no teamwork. There was no teamwork. Everybody was playing his or her own style. There was no teamwork. There was no formation. There was nothing. They were just playing for playing sake. So you could see it was a little mistake that was done by Ghana, and Morocco, your country, got the advantage to score us. And when they scored, you could see that Ghana was struggling to score back, but still it wasn't working because there was no teamwork. It is individualistic. Everybody wants to show up his or her own style of playing. When it happens so, please, in such environment, it is not conducive because you won't learn anything. Because if you see your friend doing something extraordinary, because of this culture there, it will be very difficult to go to him. But if you have gotten to him and asked him or her, the person can easily tell you that, oh, it's this and this and this and that. In our field, we consult. we refer, we educate, we ask. So at times about this COVID-19 issue, after he finished, I approached him, I congratulated him, I said, okay, so can we exchange numbers? We exchanged. Along the way, I had a case. And the case, the person happens to be a female, and with her situation, she needed to speak to a more of a woman counselor or a psychologist for her to express herself. I quickly called the woman, say, hey, please, I've got a case for you. Can I refer to you? She said, why not? It's welcome. I quickly referred. Now, when she was able to finish with the whole assignment on the lady, she showed me the techniques and the tricks. So you could see that it is, if it was a working environment, the teamwork would have worked there. So please, if you're in an organization, you shouldn't be like, I'm doing my own for my boss to praise me. It will never happen. Even if your boss praises you, you alone can't do the work. It demands a teamwork. So at the time, he said, this type of work culture can be detrimental to your emotional well-being, as it can cause you to feel isolated and unheld. So the moment you are done with your work, you go and sit somewhere, please. If you are in such situation, you should know. Lack of promotion. We all know what promotion is, lack of promotion. Somebody will work and work and work and work and work and work. There won't be anything like promotion. End of year awards. Oh, you have done well. Not necessarily organizing a party. Oh, you have done well. This person has been with us for 15 good years. We are giving him this citation. Even in our common WhatsApp platforms, I do ask people some questions. How well do we acknowledge the old members who was with us from the day of creating the WhatsApp platform? How do we acknowledge them? Do we at times let people know that, oh, this person has been with us when we created this platform? In fact, we salute you, thumbs up. At least that one is sitting, and the person will say like, hey, so these people still remember me that I joined the platform before when they created it. So please, promotion is very important at workplace. If I've worked for more than 5 years, 10 years, and you don't receive promotion at workplace, please, you are not in the correct, let me say, good institution. You should know what to do next. Invading of privacy. Invading of privacy. Having your boundaries constantly ignored is an indication that you are in a toxic workplace. If you have set healthy boundaries and find that your colleagues or supervisors don't respect them, and at times they try to invade into your personal life, then it's time to think about the next step. What do you mean by invading of privacy? You are doing your thing. I'm on break. I'm pressing on my phone. Your boss will come. Hey, what are you doing on the phone? Let me see. What do you want to see on my phone? It's break. I'm eating. I'm at the canteen. Or I'm at the cafeteria having my lunch or breakfast. A co-worker will just pass. Hey, Charlie, what are you eating? Oh, I'm having a breakfast. What food is that? Hey, let me taste and see. How are you tasting it and see what? And then we don't see all those things like invading of privacy. It's not a matter of being in your office and somebody just pump into your office without notification. All these petty things. At times you be on phone with a colleague and a friend will just be like, hey, Charlie, I'm here. Let me talk to him. I mean, the person is invading your privacy because, first of all, the person doesn't know who you are even talking with and even what you're talking about. And these things are very common in our workplaces. We see it like, oh, it's boys, it's girls. But it's invading your privacy. For example, maybe you are talking with a business partner and the person just come and whisper something. The person will be like, we are discussing about business. And why do you just do that? You'll be in your office working, then your boss will just, or your colleague will just pump in, Charlie, what's up? Then he or she will put the hand on the legs on the table, Brian, start chatting. Whilst there's a workout for you to do. All these things are invasion of privacy. Boundaries must be set. Please, when it is work, it is work. When it is break, we all joke. Now, VR hospital that I am, when it is time for break, we don't go for break, but times during working around 12 to 1, we have 1 hour break. You'll be surprised that we were the people that were working. We share jokes, we crack, we laugh. But the moment is after one, and we go back to our various departments. For me, for instance, I have to move into the COVID-19 isolation center, move into the ICU, move into the pharmacy, move into the HIV unit, move into the X-ray department, because I have to be moving to the eye clinic just to see the welfare of all those departments. You wouldn't believe I was sitting somewhere laughing. But when it comes to work, I'll tell you, hey, it's time for work. Let's work. After work, we move on. So please, if such boundaries have been set and they don't respect, we must be very careful. Now we have the micromanagement mentality. I call them spies. Your boss will give you work. You'll be typing on your computer. Then maybe you want to go to the washroom. The moment you stand up, another person will just come and spy what you're doing on the computer. The person will be scrolling on the system. Hey, hello, why? Oh, no, what are you doing on my desk? Oh, I wanted to check something. My network is not coming. Did you ask permission from me? No. Your boss will give you a work to do. You'll be doing them small times. He will send somebody. Please go and tell him that I'm waiting for the work I've given it to him. Then he said, please tell us that I'm on it. I'll finish very soon. Then when the person goes short time, the person come back again. Please, boss said he's in hurry. You need to send it. Micromanagement mentality, like a spy. Everything you do as if the person is not watching, but the person is watching you. Maybe you'll be doing something on your phone. The person will just try to pick something from your desk, but indirectly, the person is watching what you are doing. This one is not invasion of privacy. So the person is spying you what you are doing indirectly because you don't know. So you could say, I said, whilst taking accountability and completing tasks within a reasonable time period is part of the expectation of most jobs. Having someone constantly checking on you and giving you feedback can be frustrating. So at times, a case will come. I need to work on it. I need to focus. This person is not willing to go under quarantine. We have checked. The test is positive. This person said, no, I have to go home. Now I'm standing somewhere thinking about how to talk to this person. So the person will come and their name's down. He's crying. The family is crying. And somebody will just come. Charlie, they said we should carry the person to ward. The person is not calm. How do I carry the person to ward? Or how do I want me to cancel the person? Sometimes when it's happening like that, it becomes frustrating. Please, if you're in an institution where you have this kind of micro management mentality as a spy, please, you are not in a good working environment. You should advise yourself. Lack of acknowledgement and appreciation. This goes hand in hand with promotion. So in a company, maybe your boss will give you people an assignment. You're able to accomplish in a time. Not even thank you that your employer will tell you. It shows that your employer doesn't even recognize you. Please. 5 years award, 10 years of long service award, 15 years award, 20 years award, 30 years award. A citation, a plague, something visible that will also boost your morale. If such things are not being found at where you are working, please, I'm afraid to tell you that you are working in a toxic work environment and you should advise yourself. Because all these things are amounting to motivation. And the question is, when we want to talk about motivation, what is it even about? We have the intrinsic and then the extrinsic motivation. It's not necessarily giving somebody something big. My mentees that I work with, at times I'll intentionally send them, Charlie, this week is like I have to drink more, so people should go and buy me more to one crate. Then they'll go and buy them, they'll put it in the office. Then when it is Friday, I'll be like, Charlie, there's more in the office, they're going to bring one for me. When a person brings us, so it's for you. I don't know, I'll start giving them more. It's just to say thank you for making us work from Monday to Friday. And it is giving us a time to rest. So we should learn those things. So appreciation or acknowledging you shouldn't be something big. If when you send somebody and the person comes and there's a balance and probably you have something on you, you can say, okay, I don't know much in Morocco currency, but in Ghana, like 40 cedis. Okay, 40 Ghana cedis. Okay, take 10, give me 30. The person will say, well, thank you, you are welcome. Next time, if I send the person and maybe there's no balance left, the person will gradually go. So if we are in such a company and we are never been acknowledged or appreciated, please, you are in a toxic work environment. Now, we move to the next chapter. We say, how do one survive in a toxic work environment? Surviving a toxic work place is difficult, but it can be done. If you are dealing with a toxic work environment, these are the tips for us all. We have to start planning our exit strategy. You just don't get up and say, I'm leaving the company. You have to plan the strategy to go, to avoid back and forth issues. Or you set the boundaries and make sure you stick on such boundary. You stick on it. This is my boundary. This is my limit. Don't hit the bar. Although we all set boundaries, but my boundary, if I set and you hit the bar, I will tell you, hey, you have hit the bar. Please, next time, don't go beyond that level. If I see you have come again, 2, 3, 4, then I'll see it's deliberate. Then I need to stand on my feet and let you know that next time it happens, so the next action, you want to love it, irrespective of whoever the person is. Because your boundaries must be respected. Because that person also have a boundary that he's expecting people to respect his or her boundary. And therefore, you to your boundary must be respected. Respect is reciprocal. Connect with social support. Create a self-care regime. Implement mindfulness-based techniques into your work day. So connect with social support. I mean, we can make friends outside. Please, this is what I'm going through at my workplace. Can you help me? Can you give me some counsel? Can you give me some advice? Then the person will just help. Create a self-care regime. Yourself. What is it making that you set the boundary and people abuse it? Please, are we following? You set a boundary, people abuse it. Like, what happened? So you could see that when we set such boundaries, we should also work ourselves. Are we a type that we also break people's boundary, but we expect people to also respect our boundaries? Or what do I do? We should create that self-care regime so that it will help us. Then we should implement mindfulness-based techniques into our work day. How we approach issues at work, our addressing to work, our talks, our counsel to people. Somebody will be talking, the person doesn't invite you, then just involve your mouth into. I don't know what they're talking about. These are tips for us that can make us survive in such places. Now, we could see the picture there. You could see a very beautiful lady. Zainab, please, are you the one holding the help? Please, is Zainab here?
Yeah, Mr. Russell, what did you say?
Please, are you the one holding are you the one in the picture there?
I'm not working yet, so maybe later.
Because the person looks like you anyway. Yeah. Yes. So can somebody tell me the picture that we are seeing on our screen? What is it talking about? Can somebody describe what is it about? Just a quick one. Can somebody try?
For me, I think the person is exhausted and stressed, and I think needs help or something. Maybe she's having a lot of work today. It says heavy workload, so yeah, but I think she's exhausted and overwhelmed with work. So she
Good. Yes. Thank you, Dr. William. Yes. So as Doctor said, person is stressed. I need help. At times we hold a card like this. I'll be like, Charlie, I'm tired. I need help. I need somebody to help me finish with my assignment. We are working now. We have been a victim of these circumstances so many times. Me speaking, I've been a victim of this thing. Friday, when I got home, I was really tired, but I needed to work on assignment. I was like, God, I just put on my status. I'm tired. Then the comments were like, psychologist, please sleep for us and we need you. And so strange. As I was about to go, somebody called. Please, I have a plan I want to share with you. I just said it in my head. God. So at times, these are just a practical example that it do happens. We could see another pictures too. The person probably, the man with the hand on the head, with the laptop open with the brown shoe. You can see he's working, maybe he wants to go for lunch or breakfast or take some nap. And he still looks tired. We have the second picture, the lady at the back of the computer, a gentleman standing somewhere making call. For all you know, she needs to catch up with an assignment, but she's not catching up. What can we do? We can offer a helping hand. That is if we are in a position to help. The down picture, we can see another lady, same thing, holding the head like this. And the man too thinking. These are all kind of stress that we go through. I'm hoping our next presentation, I'm going to talk about stress management. Then we'll know what all this entails. So whenever we are working and we are in a work environment where we don't have rest for ourselves, please, we need to. Now, look at this picture. I want us to engage ourselves a bit. So, Madam Leticia Antonio, if I'm right, can you tell me what you see? This is how my presentation goes. I just want all my participants to participate. We are participants, so we need to participate. We need to express ourselves. Madam Leticia Antonio, please, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Thank you. Please, the pictures there on your screen, 3 pictures are shown on the screen. Please, can you tell me one? What do you see? Tell me one.
Well, the first, what I see is 3 guys, one lady, 2 boys, one that is working, and the other one is coming with another jobs for the other to do. And the lady looks like he's talking something bad things about the one that is working, because maybe he's doing the work that the Pope should do,